Good morning and good afternoon. Today I have brought a new topic of BBS second year. This is writing process, and it is in unit 1. It is in business communication. So what is the writing process? How do we write English? How do we write anything, not only in English? What are the processes of writing? So this writing process helps us to understand how to have the real practical field of work in the process of writing. Writing is, let's go inside some of the slides that I have made. Writing is a circular and recursive process, and it means pre-writing, writing, revising, and editing. These are the four forms. Pre-writing, that is the drafting; writing, real writing, arranging that draft; revising means revising the mistakes, blunders, whatever spellings and other things that have taken place in the process of writing; and editing. And even in revising, even the ideas are either logical, illogical, coherent, or not coherent. These things are to be properly revised. Either the main ideas are included or they are to be removed. Relevant and irrelevant ideas are there in sequential order or not. Editing means almost editing grammar, editing other things, right? However, for the purpose of business writing, the process can be simplified into 3 stages. That is, pre-writing means planning, that is planning; writing means drafting; and revising and editing. This is the idea. Pre-writing, that is what we have in our mind, that is a kind of planning. Writing, that is a drafting. We really draft the rough draft for the better, real, formal writing. That is called academic writing. That is called drafting. And at last, we have the revising and editing, right? Writing is a complex task. It is not so easy, and it needs special training and habit formation. Without training and without habit formation, writing cannot be done. It becomes, there is a word, S is missed. It becomes better. S is please. It becomes, not become. It becomes better. Group work and collaborative process in writing. In it, many minds create many new ideas and concepts for effective form of writing. So when we are writing, we are talking about effective form of writing, not general writing, not common writing. It is serious, effective, and then meaningful form of writing. At the same time, writing can be of various types and differs on the basis of academic writing, non-academic writing. Academic writings are mainly with the support of others' writing, with the support of others' journals, research papers, and supporting the writer's argument through others' ideas, and showing the contrast, differences from others, and bringing new logic to prove the writer's own idea. That is called academic writing. Non-academic writing means anything that is essay writing, creative writing, that is poetry writing, drama, anything that is what we write, business letters. These are called non-academic writing. Now, what is group work and collaborative process of writing now? Group work, see, in business writing, group work and collaborative process of writing becomes useful in preparing long business documents such as business plans, proposals, and reports. When a group sit in one place and when they start writing, when they start making a kind of plan and making a document, long business documents, like business plans, proposals, and reports, that is jointly, that is carried out, conducted in a group. That's why it is collaborative, it is group writing. In fact, writing teamwork and collaborative process includes, what are the teamwork then? What is collaborative process in writing? These are the things that they include in collaborative process of writing, in the teamwork of writing. First one is planning and document. In group writing, in group work, in collaborative process of writing, there must be planning, and in planning they must make what they should do, and they must prepare the document. Collecting data and information, that means planning and documenting cannot be without the use of data and without the informations that should be collected, that should be gathered jointly in a team and then discussed later, and then drafting, or drafting means writing, and at last review and revision. These are the process of group work. These are the process of collaborative writing. Now, as a team workers, all the writers need to know the purpose of writing, needs to know the readers, who they will be reading, who the readers will be about the writing, and the scope of documents. Brainstorming and outlining, see the point, brainstorming and outlining the entire documents into chapter and section is essential. All the teams, all the group must have a brainstorming, and they must have the entire documents set into the chapter, into the sections and other forms. That's why it is brainstorming and outlining entire document is quite necessary. The team must agree to follow the standard style of writing, either APA or MLA. That is called, APA means American Psychological Approach, and MLA means modern language approach, modern linguistic approach, right? These are the mainly two forms of standard academic form of writing. So the team work must agree in what format, APA or MLA, they have to write. They must agree the standard style. All of them must have frequent meetings there to share the information, ideas and problems that may arise during the process of writing. When all the members, different members, are writing different topics, having the division to each one and writing each section, they may have different problems, and those different problems must be analyzed. Those different problems must be just addressed with the different views and opinions. So they must have frequent meetings to share the information, to share the problems that have arisen, and then they should address those problems, those ideas solved, right? The team members should share each other's plans and drafts and works in progress, right? All the team members, they must share their plans, they must share their drafts, they must share their works in progress, how much they have written, what they have written, what plans they have made, what drafts they have completed, what the process of writing has been progressed. All these things should be shared. While collecting information, each members must prepare a specific outline, story, summary, what they are going to write, outline of their parts of drafting. And team must be flexible enough to discuss and refine the outline if necessary. All the team members must become ready to change it. They must become flexible to change it. They must become ready to refine it, and they must not be so rigid to discuss and to change about their drafts on the basis of their opinions, discussions. So team work does not mean always becoming only one person's ideas dominant. All members of writers must be accepted and then included if it is good, right? If not, it must be convinced. In drafting or writing, the team must arrange frequent meetings to discuss the main points of their writings, what they have written, what are the main points. Those things must be frequently discussed by their meetings in their meetings. After completing their assigned part, they must compose the text collectively. At last, when the group members have completed their work, whatever the topics that they have been given, awarded, and they must have just sit in the meeting and come to the complete form, tangible form, visual form of writing the text, making the text collectively. Review and revision involves in the process of correction of grammar. There will be review, there will be revision. Those review and revisions can be process of correction of grammar, process of correction of spelling, process of correction of spelling errors, process of correction of format issues, what type of formats they are going to write, and the typos, where the typing mistake is there, right? After receiving the framework feedback, generally when we write, there comes the feedback. So after receiving the feedback, the writers must improve the draft according to the suggestions they have received. All the members, readers may read it, or people who writes forward, and other people would be giving the feedback after reading it, and that feedback must be accepted, and that must be suggestion must be received positively and addressed and corrected. All the writers must explore the mistakes in the correct contents. If there are the mistakes, that must be explored, found out, and comment for the better products, and they need to work jointly. They must comment about the better products, and they must comment jointly about their product, about their work. The better the dedication of all of them, the better the writing becomes. The better all team members become dedicated in their writing, and their writing also becomes better. Perfect writing, perfect dedication makes the perfect writing. Perfectness is necessary in the dedication. Teamwork is innovative and creative. If all of them try in making the work best one, it is innovative work, it is creative work, and all of them must try to work, must try to make the work best one. It widens teamwork, widens the concepts and ideas for making it effective one. So many minds, many brainstorming, many thoughts, brings many ideas. So multiple heads do have multiple concepts, and it becomes useful and meaningful, right? Now, guidelines for successful teamwork. What are the guidelines? How they should go for the success of the teamwork? Because if the teamwork do not work properly, do not function properly, and there must be one guideline to follow by all of them. If they follow that guidelines, and it becomes easy for all of them, right? All of the team members. See that for the successful teamwork, the team members must negotiate, means talk, agree and disagree, and come to the agreement. Coordinate means support, help one another, and communicate means they must talk one another during the creation of common document. When they are creating, when they are making common document, and at that time they must negotiate, they must cooperate, they must communicate more than it is thought, and then only it becomes easy for the teamwork to become successful. The following points are the real guidelines for effective collaborative writings. First one is forming a team. Before we need to forming is making a team. We need to make team, and then selecting a team leader, and one person must lead that team. So we must select the team leader in the team, right? And then another point is establishing ground rules. We must make rules, what is to be done, what is not to be done, how it should be carried out, right? Respecting co-authors. There are different authors, co-authors, main authors and co-authors. Those co-authors must be respected, honored, and then only it becomes easy. Being flexible, they must become quite flexible enough, changeable enough. And there must be no rigid mentality of any co-authors and authors. Meeting, discussing and sharing. They must have meeting all the time, off and on, and discussing. They must have discussion time and again, and they must have sharing of the ideas. So meeting, discussing and sharing are the most of the parts. That is what they need to do, right, for the success of the teamwork. Now, while forming a team, what we should do? Work ethics and common goals are quite important. There must be ethics in the team. Ethically they must be sound, and they must have common goals, and that is important. If they do have different goals and teamwork does not work properly, the team leader must be selected to such a person who can lead the team through the entire process of planning, authoring, reviewing the contents, and motivating ones to the entire team. Yes, this is most important one. team leader should be selected, must be selected of that person, of that kind, who must lead the team perfectly, who must motivate the team perfectly, who must process on the entire planning, authoring, reviewing and contents of the motivating to all the team members. He must be energetic, must be active, must be creative, must be coordinating, having the quality of coordination of all the members. That type of person must be selected, right? That is a team formation. Establishing the ground rules means making rules, and how we make that rules, that helps in avoiding any kinds of conflicts if the co-authors and authors have come in the conflict, and that conflicts must be addressed. And while addressing that conflicts, this rules helps, exactly, the ground rules helps, that arise during the writing process. When they are in writing process, during the writing process, there may come the conflicts, and in that sort of conflicts, the rules, the authors must be agreed, must be controlled, must be guided, must be brought in one place by the establishing ground rules. That ground rules would be the key for them to come in the main point, right? Another one, team members must be politely approached and commented. They must be politely approached, they must be commented very well, and respecting the team member is a must. We must respect, right? The team must be flexible enough in open discussion with alternative possibilities. Team, while writing in a group work collaboratively, and team members must be flexible enough in open discussion, open alternative possibilities of the writing. Otherwise, the writing process cannot move smoothly ahead. It is essential for the team. It is essential that the team must have frequent meetings for face-to-face communication, sharing of the ideas, and solving problems. If they do not have frequent meeting, if they do not have face-to-face communication, if they do not share their ideas and the solving problems, and team cannot go ahead smoothly and perfectly. Using the technology, that's the last point. Using the technology is another essential part of the teamwork of writing process. We must be capable of using the technology, using laptop, using tools of the laptop, using other possible ideas of the technology. Without the skill of using the technology, it becomes difficult in arranging the works that have been written individually in a team. Maybe different team members have written different drafts, and that drafts must be properly handled, must be properly arranged, must be kept in a logical order, coherent order, and for that all the team members, all the co-authors must have that type of capacity in arranging the things. This is how a writing process goes ahead. This is how the writer has exactly talked about a writing process of anything. Thank you. You can use these slides and go ahead for better writing.